Hello, I'm Firefox, and today you're looking at a double vacation vlog where I go see the Concorde and I sail on the Queen Mary. Firstly, Concorde, right there it is. But quickly before that, we're gonna look at some planes inside an aircraft carrier that was called the Intrepid, because this is the Intrepid Museum, which is where the Concorde is in New York City. Now, I will tell you what these planes are called, but honestly, I don't care because I'm more interested in aviation, civilian aviation is what I should say. Sorry, but that doesn't mean I agree these planes are cool. I just don't particularly care for them that much. I mean, they are. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like seeing planes. I'm more interested in. I already said that before, but yep. And here isn't it? Here's a helicopter. And by the way, I also got to eat lunch on this aircraft carrier that I'm currently inside of, as you can see. Yes, I'm inside an aircraft carrier. It's really, really cool. And here's another plane. It says Navy on the side of it. And I can't tell you what it's called. Here is more planes and helicopters. Planes and helicopters everywhere. And there's New York in the background. Here's some more planes. Can I tell you what they're called? And there is the plane I came for, Concorde. You have to buy a separate ticket to do a tour of it, which is strange, but oh well. There's New York, or Manhattan, whatever you want to call it. And here comes Concorde. I'm gonna go check out Concorde. Concorde, if you didn't know, it was one of the longest serving supersonic passenger jet aircrafts ever built back in the early 70s. It was first constructed in the late 60s, but then it probably flew in the 70s. And it got really expensive, and then one of them crashed, and then British Airways and Air France decided that they didn't want to fly it anymore, so they retired them. Thankfully, like most of them, I think like 14 of them are still around. In museums, because I think they built like 16 of them. One of them got used for parts, the other one, crashed. But yeah, aside from the Russian-built Tupolev Tu-144, which was also a supersonic aircraft, the Concorde was the longest-serving one, serving until around 2003. And this one is the British Airways one, as you can see by the design of the tail, which is really, really cool. And landing gear wheels were. You expect landing gear wheels to be big on a plane, but no, they're small. And yeah, see those tiny windows? We got to do those in a bit. Once I get to go inside, and look, I'm inside now. Ooh. Yeah, so you actually have to sit inside of it, and you got a guide to explain the history of Concorde and the actual plane we were on and stuff. And here's one of the windows. Looks fairly normal size, doesn't it? Well, wait until I put my hand right up next to it. And boink. Yep. Well, inside the Concorde, I wasn't allowed to take video, only pictures. So yeah, it's only gonna be pictures. And yeah, my hand isn't that big, but yeah, it gives you an idea how small the windows on Concorde is. Here's a seat. Well, one of the seats, many seats. The back of the seat. Here's the overhead luggage compartment with some nice lights, nice yellow faded lights. Gives you an early 80s vibe or something. The seats were covered in plastic to protect them. Funny enough, these seats were actually installed right when Concorde was retired. Yeah, they put new seats in and then they retired it. That's not real. It's supposed to give you an idea of what passengers back then saw. 100, 200. Here's some more of the panels. Overhead bins, that's what I'm looking for. Another shot of a seat and a window. See, they're covered in plastic because, as I just said, these seats are pretty old, and the Concorde isn't being built anymore, so getting new parts is pretty much like trying to find a needle in a haystack. There's another shot of the rest of the plane. This isn't the full length of the plane. It actually goes back further beyond that door that you can see right there. Are those seats different sizes? Or maybe I'm just seeing things. I don't know. Yeah, as you can see, it keeps going on further and further back down there, which is really, really interesting. I mean, I wish we could go down full length of the plane, but you couldn't. Here's some cutlery and dishes that you were given on Concorde. Well, not actually, like right now, but back then you were to eat stuff off. Here's the bathroom or the restroom or the lavatory or whatever you want to call it. Not as fancy as you'd think it would be on Concorde, but it's serviceable. Here's the whatever the little kitchen is called on a plane. I can't remember. Someone will tell me in the comments. Here's the cockpit. Look at all those dials and switches. Concorde needed 3 pilots to fly it: a captain, first officer, and a flight engineer. This is what the flight engineer did. He basically monitored all these gauges and flipped the switches whenever he needed to make sure everything was working correctly. Nowadays, the computer does all this stuff. Here's a jump seat, I think, with more controls over there, because this was an old plane, and older planes had lots and lots of controls that were needed to fly it. I mean, look at all these circuit breakers. Are these circuit breakers? Yeah, they're circuit breakers. I remember now. There is the Statue of Liberty. The first thing that people saw when they came to the US way back in the day. There is the One World Trade Center, and here is the reflecting pools, or where the original Twin Towers were. I mean, I was born like on September 26, 2001, so obviously I wasn't there, but since I was born so close to it, it kind of feels like I was there when it happened, but not really. And I'm off to the airport to go to London by New York. It was interesting visiting you. Will I visit you again? Maybe. But right now, I don't feel like it. And here we're at the terminal, at the ship terminal in Belfast, because I'm on the Queen Mary 2 now. The last ocean liner that's still in service right now, as of right now. That was an indoor pool back there. Here's her funnel, her single funnel, and it says Queen Mary 2 right there. Just to tell you that, yes, I am in fact on board the Queen Mary 2. There's 2 more pools and a couple of hot tubs, which mainly weren't used during sailing because it was too cold. By the way, you see that blue ship right there? That ship is staying right where the Titanic sat when she left Southampton. I forgot the name of the city for a second there. When she went on her fateful maiden voyage. Here's more shot of the Queen Mary. Very nice, very nice. Another shot with those weather radar bubble thingies. I forget what they're called. Here's her old propellers. I forget what they're now called, but that's her old propellers. And here's a shot of us sailing away from Southampton. And the overall experience on Queen Mary was kind of, I mean, would I do it again? Maybe, I don't know. But, it was an interesting new experience because, I mean, obviously, it is an ocean liner. There's no water slides. There's no big huge shows. Well, they're kind of it. Well, there is, but I didn't go to them. And here we go. Sailing away from, I think that's also Southampton. Is that also Southampton? I think it is. I don't know. Some of our nice ones ago. It was actually this city. And here we go, our way into the cold Atlantic. Cold Atlantic, because it was actually really cold, as you said multiple times there. Here's a hallway with some really nice, well done artwork and sculpting on the sides. Here's a glass sculpture of the Queen Mary, a little glass sculpture. I think it was bigger, but this shot makes it look pretty small. Here is like a little lobby area with like a grand staircase right there. Here is a painting of Queen Elizabeth next to the Queen Mary, the ship that I'm currently on, which is really fun. Or Queen Elizabeth II. Here's the original Queen Mary, which I was on. I actually visited the ship long ago, and I can't barely remember it. And I want to go back to it, and spend a night on it again. Nice shot of the cold weather from out front. Yes, it was very cold. Nice sort of like diagram painting of the Queen Mary 2. Very nicely done. And here is another shot of the cold Atlantic. Yes, it was quite cold, quite windy, quite cold. Although there was an indoor pool, I didn't use it because I just didn't feel like it. I mean, just look at that water. That is cold water. I mean, it was freezing when we went, which is, I mean, which we knew because we didn't pack that much warm clothes, so we have to keep reusing them. Thankfully, there was a laundromat on the ship that my mom would use. Yes, I went with my mom. That's why I just did. Here is my stateroom. Well, our stateroom, because obviously I went with my mom. And yep, see those headphones on the bed? Those are the last time you ever see them because I left them on the ship by accident. But I did get a new pair, not just recently, so yay. Here's another shot of the staterooms. It's 2 beds, as you can see. They were quite comfortable, surprisingly. Here is the bathroom. It does its job. One day the toilet stopped flushing, we have to call someone to come fix it. Yeah, the toilet stopped working for some reason. Here is the shower, which does its shower things. What do you want me to say? It's a shower. And here is a model of the Queen Mary 2 that I bought from the little ship's little library gift shop. Yes, there's a library on ship. There's also a gym I went to. And there were also gift shops on the ship, but there weren't as many as there were on like other ships like Stars of Seas or the Symphony of the Seas or stuff like Royal Caribbean ships, because I mean it's an ocean liner. Here is a big open deck. Here is her funnel. Very nice. As you see, those windows are for some reason kind of tinted. I'm not sure why, but who knows. Here's another great shot of the ocean, the Atlantic, sailing past. Well, the ocean sailing past, what am I saying? Yep. Because we're actually, I think right now is when we were approaching the final resting place of the Titanic. I don't know when that was, I can't remember, but we sailed past it. We didn't sail over it because apparently you're not supposed to, probably out of respect, I'm assuming, which makes sense. Yep, look, you see the lifeboats up there, that's cool. And look how foggy it is foggy. Thing goes for radar, or you'll be in big trouble. And here's a nice shot of the bow. This is as close as we could get to the bow. Oh, hello again, New York. Yep. We sailed from Southampton, England, all the way to New York. Just like in the old days. And that was my vacation vlog. Thanks for watching, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.